Hey guys, so I just made a video about how to breathe while running to get the most out of your performance. In this video, what we're going to talk about, guys, is leading on from that video about breathing rhythm patterns. What's the best way to breathe as a runner, and how can you best and most efficiently get the oxygen into your body to give you the energy to get the job done and get those PRs. Now, running and aerobic sports are generally a rhythmic exercise. If you think about it, everything moves to a beat, moves with a rhythm. Your pulse is beating, your heart rate's going, and obviously your breathing should be at a rhythm as well. Now, if you're a new runner, you might find that your breathing isn't following a pattern, isn't really allowing you to get the most oxygen in consecutively after each breath, after each exhalation that you need to get the best out of your performance. So following a rhythm is really important with that. Now, if you're running easy, if you're not running too hard, maybe you're running a nice, easy, relaxed run in the week, just an aerobic, general base training run, then you'll be looking at maybe a 3-3 pattern. So that means for every 3 strides, you're breathing in, and for every 3 strides, you're breathing out. Now, for maybe a really fit and top-end athlete, this would feel very comfortable for a nice and easy paced run. Maybe if you're a new runner, this might not feel so comfortable and might take a little bit of getting used to, but this is something that you could certainly aim for, and just keeping this pattern. So for every 3 strides, breathing out, every 3 strides, breathing in. And just counting this away in your head is a really important way to make sure you're sticking to this rhythm. Now, as I said, it might feel unnatural to start with, but the more that you practice this, the more that it'll feel natural, and it will automatically be your kind of go-to breathing sector. You'll build that connection between your brain, between your lungs, and make it efficient on these easier runs. Now, breathing with this 3-3 pattern is a great way for you to realize that you need to slow down your running sometimes, that you can't do all your training at high and hard effort. You need to have those easier aerobic runs where you can feel nice and relaxed. Now, as you start to increase your pace, you might want to switch to a 2-2 breathing pattern. So this means that for every 2 strides out, you're breathing 2 strides in. So every exhalation, every inhalation, 2 strides. Now, this means that you're going to get more oxygen in over a certain amount of time, and obviously expel more carbon dioxide as well. And this is the kind of breathing pattern that you might want to employ when you're doing a steadier run, maybe when you're doing a race, for the first section of the race at least, maybe when you're doing some harder kind of tempo efforts as well. You'll still be feeling quite relaxed, but it'll allow you to get more oxygen in and expel more carbon dioxide over those breaths. So a 2-2 pattern is generally the pattern that you'll probably be using the most throughout your running. Now, as things get harder and you're thinking about sprinting, you're going all out, maybe it's the end of a 5K, maybe it's the end of a mile race if you're a track athlete, or 1500 meters, or maybe it's the end of your marathon, you're really going for a sprint finish, you're giving it everything you've got, your body's filled up with lactic acid, and you're really struggling to get the oxygen in. Then, of course, your breathing rate is going to change, it's going to increase again. It's going to go from a 2-2 pattern, probably you want to look into a 1-1 pattern. So for every stride, each stride, 1 stride out, 1 stride in, 1 stride out, 1 stride in. And I'm sure we're all familiar with that. If you are working super hard and you're training as hard as you can, you're going to be panting, you're going to be breathing hard, and you're going to be breathing fast. Now, these 3-3, 2-2, 1-1 patterns are often what Jack Daniels and other coaches like this will most popularly talk about. But some researchers suggested that running on an odd number is better for you, with an odd pattern. So what we're talking about there is 3x2, a 2x1. You'll be breathing in for 3 strides, breathing out for 2. If you're doing the 2-1, when obviously you're running faster, maybe you're racing, then you'll be breathing in for 2, out for 1. The reasoning behind this is that for every exhalation, you'll be starting on a different stride, a different foot. So for example, if you were just doing a 2-2, a 3-3, or 1-1, each time, for example, if you start your exhalation on your right foot for your first set of breathing, it would be your right foot every single time that you would start the exhalation process. And the idea being that if you're doing this, just breathing an even pattern all the time, you're always putting that extra little bit of stress on that right hand side of the body, if it's the right hand side that you do this, which can lead to injury or imbalances within the body. Now, not everyone believes in this. People think the research isn't quite as quality as it should be, but by switching up from either side, which is what you get with the odd breathing pattern, people believe that it can keep them injury free and allow them to feel a lot more relaxed and a bit more in tune with their perceived effort whilst they're running. So this might be an idea that might work for you. There's no right or wrong with this, and there are definitely a lot of different theories going out there as well. But I definitely recommend that you really think about employing one of these patterns that we've talked about, and making sure that you are breathing in a pattern, in a rhythm whilst you're running. Everyone is a bit different with this. Everyone has different lung capacities, different ideas when it comes to their running, and different paces. So make sure you find a pattern that works for you, and just If it doesn't work, if you don't feel like it's, you know, 100% the one for you, then try something different. But make sure you stick into a pattern, make sure you stick into a rhythm to allow your oxygen uptake and your kind of carbon dioxide exhalations, you know, balance out, so you can really make the most of your breathing while you're running. Let me know what pattern you guys use below. Leave it in the comments if you have any other ideas or any other research perhaps that you've looked into about your breathing patterns and how to get the most out of yourself with your running there. If you like this channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps me out, guys, and make sure that you never miss a video as well. Really connect as well, so leave a comment down below if you have any ideas for future videos that you'd like to see. There's going to be plenty more kind of coaching videos like this, race vlogs, travel vlogs on the way, trying to get the camera out as much as I can leading into the next few months when I'm going to be traveling and racing a bit more. So thanks for watching, guys, and happy running.